What's up, everybody? Welcome into this edition of Weber Wednesdays. It is actually Wednesday, Big Web.
We landed it. We are on the day.
On the day, on the air, live from the St. Louis, Missouri studios. TJ Weber and Big Web with you once again here on Wednesday. You guys can get involved here for Week 9 of the NFL. You can call in right here on FromThe50.com. It's from the 50.com. Just click the link on the call button, and you're jumping into the conversation with Big Web and myself.
You know, I have the question of the day.
What do you got, Big Web?
The question of the day is Taylor going to Germany?
Oh, who cares? Who cares? Seriously.
You don't have any thoughts on that? I'm curious. I'm curious.
Well, apparently Kelsey Stats say that she needs to be in Germany. I don't know if you've heard this.
Andy's all on board with that. I did hear that.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, he's been underperforming when she's not there. The NFL has put that out there multiple times. It's getting a little annoying.
No,
but yeah,
Andy said many times, she's welcome. He's doing well with her. Let's go to Germany.
I wonder why. Great PR for the Chiefs. Great PR for old Andy Reid. And I get it.
That's a long trip, though. I don't blame her, but I think she might go.
Yeah, you think so? Mm-hmm. All right. That's Taylor Talk here on Weber Wednesdays. Here, Week 9. Big Web, Week 9. I'm getting a little upset it's Week 9 already. It goes way too fast throughout the season. But, you know, we got to enjoy it. We're not in the double digits yet. It's getting a little feisty everywhere. Niners have lost 3 in a row. They're a little lost right now. Kirk Cousins going out for the season, torn ACL. Aaron Rodgers dropping back during practice and throwing some passes, and he's like, I don't know what the hell he's doing or what devil he is bowing down to make him get back on the field this early, but here we are.
Yeah. No, it's topsy-turvy, man. What a unbelievable position the quarterback is. It's so key. Quarterbacks are so damn key, man. I mean, we see other positions that are important, but my God, there's only one of them. Every team can only afford to pay one of them, and when that dude goes down, oh my God, it's fugly.
That's why Daniel Jones is making what he's making, because everybody's like doesn't understand it, but quarterbacks are so needy in the NFL, it's insane, you know. Yeah. But then you got a guy like Josh Dobbs this year step in and you know, do great in Arizona. Now he gets traded to Minnesota, and he's not even the starter. So it's Jaron, I forgot his last name, but he was the backup for Minnesota. So you know how that goes. You get a certain guy that's been in the same room as Kirk all season long. You got to give him a shot, right?
Sure. I mean, no, he knows the plays. He knows the system. He knows the playbook. It's all key.
No Bengals. That's from Giants fan. Big Web, your thoughts on the Bengals?
Bengals or Bangles?
What do you say?
I say Bengals.
Bengals?
Bengals.
Is it Bengals? R.I.P. Bobby Knight is from Tommy Lasorda. What? Bobby Knight passed away?
No. Did he really?
I don't know. Someone put it in the chat. Don't be messing with us. Big Web loves Bobby Knight.
I do love Bobby Knight. People be throwing chairs at the wake.
Seriously, though, yeah. What was that? He was with Indiana, right?
Indiana basketball coach, and then he went to Texas Tech, maybe? Texas Tech, yeah. He had a TV show. Tech. He was good. He was, back in the day, they didn't like a personality like Bobby Knight screaming and yelling, but I thought he put some fire into it. That's back when you could smack the kids around or whatever the hell you want to say. What a guy. Did he really pass away?
83 years old. 4 minutes ago, ESPN, Bobby Knight passes away at 83. Yep, there it is, official. God. Crazy.
Another great one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly thought he was older than 83. I thought he was in his 90s, but it's a long life, man. Yeah, Bobby Knight's he did a legend.
He did well. He did well for sure.
You guys get involved here from the50.com, from the 50.com. Hit the call button. You can jump into the conversation with Big Web and myself. It is Week 9 of the NFL. Unfortunately, it's been a busy week, so I haven't had time to update the standings or the weekly matchups. So
of course you didn't.
Well, of course I didn't, but also I know who's at the top of the leaderboard, so it just kind of gets boring being up there all the time.
How'd you do this week?
I did great. I went 5-2.
Did I go 5-2?
No, you got last place. You went 3-4.
This is incorrect.
It is not. I'll pull it up for you if you'd like. Why don't you pull that up?
I'll pull it up.
I'm only running the whole fucking show.
Give me this phone right here.
Let's see. You guys can send your fantasy questions, but We also just talk spreads, parlays on this show. So if you guys want to just send in your thoughts on the NFL, let us know here going into Week 9. Your reactions to Kirk Cousins getting hurt. I know the Vikings weren't really looking like they're going to do much this season, but still a big storyline. What else happened? Oh, yeah, Josh McDaniels no longer coaching. Apparently, the Raiders are paying both him and Gruden a lot of money to not be their coach anymore. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun in Vegas right now.
It's ugly, man. They got a terrible quarterback. They got everything just backwards over there. Now, let me just go through this.
Let's see. Okay.
Dallas.
Yes.
Jacksonville.
Sure.
They won.
Okay. Did they cover though?
Yes. It was 10 points. 20 to 10.
Quit yelling at me. What else
I'm
you
not
got?
yelling. I'm discussing loudly.
Okay. What else?
Cincinnati.
That's 3.
I got 3 already.
Okay.
I haven't even started.
The next one are all losses. I do remember this.
Chargers.
Gonzo.
Atlanta. Cincinnati again.
Wait a minute.
Did I change it?
Maybe you were 4-3. You definitely changed something.
Mate, don't tell me I changed Cincinnati.
I don't know, Big Web. Are you
Philadelphia?
What are you looking at? The text, or are you looking at the? What are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at the text.
Don't look at the. You got the spreadsheet. Put up the spreadsheet. That's what the official word is. The spreadsheet does not lie. Whatever the spreadsheet says, you fucking took.
The spreadsheet does not lie.
It does not. Whatever you took on the spreadsheet was your pick at the time.
All right, let's take a look at this.
All right.
Week 8. Big Web. Dallas, yes. Jacksonville, yes. Cincinnati, yes. Chicago.
Oh, doubled up on Chicago. That's right. You were wearing the Khalil Mack shirt.
Atlanta lost. Chicago. Oh, for Christ's sake. I went off of what my text was. Shit. Fuck him.
Funny.
It's not. I went 3 and fucking 4. Kiss my ass. I was doing so good. I kept looking at the text going, you're having a good week. Fuck.
Fucking refs.
Yeah, those guys do.
Well, I don't know if the refs had anything to do with the fact that the Bears are ass, but,
Kansas City is the one I really don't like from last week.
Oh, don't even tell me. I would have won $500 on multiple parlays, Big Web. It would have been nice if Kansas City just did the job. Did not get 1 touchdown against Denver. At least they didn't get 70 put on them this year. Oh, wait. They did.
I don't want to talk about that one.
Well, let's hear about it. Well,
No,
what do you got?
I'm with you. I lost. I didn't lose, but I would have collected the same dollars you're talking about, right?
It's a lot of money.
One game.
One game. Yeah.
That's it.
That's where I was. I was locked in on that game. I felt good about it. It was probably my top pick of the day. I didn't lock it on the picks, though, thankfully. But, I mean, apparently Mahomes was sick. I didn't know that. He was sick before the game, was a rumor I heard. I heard it at a Halloween party yesterday. It could be. It wasn't like Schefter was there. It just somebody told me that he was sick. I don't know if it was true or not.
Maybe somebody dressed as Schefter.
Maybe that was, yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I was shocked by their performance. Shocked.
Speaking of the sheets, I mean, you go to Big Web's best bet of the week last week.
Yeah.
Miami, yes. Philly, yes. Baltimore, yes. Jets, yes. But we had a pick 5.
Yeah, but the TikTok commenters don't care about 4 out of 5.
They better start caring. They better start caring about that because that's important. When you got a guy going 4 out of 5 all the time, you got a guy who's ready to get hot.
Should we pull out some of these?
No, fuck those guys. Nothing.
Well, here's what I'll say. They're the internet's very nice usually. They don't usually try to rub salt in the wound, and when you miss one pick, they don't try to come after you.
Right,
you know?
Right. Let's hear some of their picks.
You should see all of it, Big Web. I'm really glad that you don't have the login to From the 50 because you'd be looking at all these comments. Told you wouldn't hit it. Chiefs, Denver all day. Knew that was going to happen. Like
sure they did.
Oh yeah,
sure they did.
Like everybody called.
Why don't you call it on a Wednesday, fucker?
What do you guys think? I traded Aaron Jones for Metcalf. That's from Decor. Thoughts on that, Big Web? Aaron Jones for DK Metcalf.
I like Metcalf. I think that was a good trade.
All right. Thoughts on tomorrow's game, Titans or Steelers? I got Steelers to win. That's from Ali.
I got the Steelers too because the Titans are in a tough position.
Yeah, here's my thing. Will Levis, 4 tutties, first game. He threw some dimes. Good for him. I called it. I said, I don't know if he's going to have a great career, but I said first start, maybe first couple starts. He's got something to prove. Pissed off. He got out of the first round. Did pretty good last week, but this is a big test. You go into Pittsburgh tomorrow. They're not really a great team anymore. TJ Watt coming after him. So I'm not sure. I thought about taking the Steelers money line. The over-under is 36, I think. 36.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of them ugly little battles. But Pittsburgh comes with so much energy, man. And we looked them up last week. They're in the mid-20s on defense. You think they got a great defense, and they really don't. They just make the opportune plays on defense.
They do. But they're just so solid on defense. They don't need to have a great offense. So
if they had one, look where they'd be. If they could score frickin' points, not a bunch, 10 more points a game, another touchdown a game, look where they'd be.
Yeah.
Man.
Starting to run the ball, though. And Najee Harris had a good week last week and everything. So they're,
I just think the Titans didn't sell out. And everybody expected them to.
Yeah.
Right? Trade deadline, they expect Tannehill gone. They expected
Derrick Henry was definitely
the
big story. So the big rumor was Baltimore, that the Ravens were trying to acquire him. Now, I didn't see that from any legit sources like Ian Rappaport or Earl Shefty. But, it was the rumor mill was going. There was also a rumor that the Jets were trying to trade for both one of the two.
Tannehill?
Devontae Adams or Mike Evans.
Get a quarterback.
What's wrong with Baker? Oh, no, wrong team.
You were talking Jets.
Jets, Zach Wilson. You were just sitting there like kissing Zach Wilson last week on his show.
No.
Yes.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Okay, let's change the subject.
No, I can answer yours.
Right.
Zach Wilson is improving. I still don't like him. Does that end that? Can I tell you something?
That's great to hear.
Okay.
Stay out of this, Zook.
All right, what do you got?
No, I mean, do you think what happens after the trade deadline? What can happen? Who
More
can
football.
move?
They play weeks 9 through 17.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers that.
Okay.
Fuck. What's that?
What yes, what happens after the trade deadline? More football.
What player movement? What's allowed? Who can do what?
I think it's just free agency. I mean, you just sign and release players. I don't think you can do any more trades. That's why they call it a deadline.
You can't. So
what's the confusion? I don't understand.
So every roster is locked down.
Well, I would think so. I think there's you can sign free agents. I don't think you can trade anymore. What's your question? I'm not understanding.
My Cleveland Browns still don't have a quarterback.
Oh, they're fucked.
And the trade deadline's gone. So that's really the reason for my question.
Why do you hate Carson Wentz?
I hate Carson Wentz.
All right. Why do you hate Ben Roethlisberger?
I'll take Ben.
Phillip Rivers?
No, he's not going to make it.
Would you rather have Ben Roethlisberger than Phillip Rivers right now?
I don't know. I haven't seen Ben. Maybe he's been hitting.
What about Matt Ryan?
Oh, no Matt Ryan.
All right.
You know who I'd like is like a Teddy Bridgewater type.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry. He's on the Lions. He's there as
Trade
a backup. No, he's fine. He's good. We need him. I like it. I like Teddy Bridgewater.
How about the other guy? He used to be with the New England Patriots.
Tom Brady.
Not that guy.
Okay.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, Kobe Brissett. His brother plays quarterback.
No, Jacoby
Brissett. I don't know who he's with right now. That's a good question.
Like somebody in the South, like Atlanta?
I feel like he's with somebody help me out in the chat. Where is Jacoby Brissett playing right now? I don't know. It's a good question. I remember seeing him on the field as a backup this year, but I can't remember the team.
Indy? No.
Indy sounds right. It might be Indy. I don't know. If anybody knows in the chat, Colts, there you go.
Is that what he said?
Thank you, Antoine. Yep.
Thank you, Antoine.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
So, man, the Cleveland folks, I'm connected up there, and those people.
Are you?
I am. They want him. They want Jacoby up there.
Okay. Good luck with that.
But they can't get him. He's not a free agent.
Isn't Watson not hurt? He just hasn't been playing. What's the deal with him?
They want to rest it all the way through and see if he can get strength back because they rushed him before and he didn't have strength. So they're giving him probably the whole fucking month of November, which I'm telling you, they got a good enough defense that they're going to win one, lose one, win one, lose one. But shit, they need something.
So this is why I love the chat. Somebody absolutely said Colts, then Will says not the Colts. There you go. Going back to the Google machine.
Who was the first guy?
First guy who said Colts?
Yeah.
Antoine.
And then
Will says no, not the Colts.
Antoine, we're checking first. We're not going to diss Antoine until we.
Okay.
Because we don't know.
Yeah.
Blow me, Kirk.
Yeah. Seahawks prediction. Who are they playing this week, Big Web? I fucked up. I didn't have any show prep this week. I don't even know who
you want
to
know something? The Seahawks got a good football game this week. They're playing the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh.
And they're getting 5.5 points, and they are away. The Seahawks are away.
Wow. Seahawks plus 5.5. Interesting. Prediction on that? I mean, I could definitely see Seattle staying in that game early. I don't know if they're going to be able to hang around too much. 5.5 is a decent number for that game.
Yeah.
I think I would, if I had to tease the number, I would tease Seattle up instead of Baltimore down, right? Like, you think there's a better chance that Seattle wins that game outright than Baltimore,
No, I agree. I absolutely agree on Seattle.
Okay. Anything on Jacoby Brissett at all?
I'm so fast with my thumbs here.
Oh, okay.
What team is Jacoby Brissett?
I think it's the Browns.
Washington.
Okay, so he's the backup to Sam Howell. There you go. Interesting. We're all wrong. Everybody in the chat was wrong. Good job, everybody. Wonderful stuff. Week 9 of the NFL is here, and we are talking here on Weber Wednesdays. Apologies for missing Fantasy Chat last night. We had a little Halloween festivities, so we weren't able to do the show. But if you guys have any interest, obviously, in listening to the full podcast afterwards, if you're just now joining, you want to watch the full thing as well, you can go to YouTube. It's fromthe50.com at the YouTube chat, or hit the YouTube button. You can watch all the full shows on there. You can also go to our podcast feed on Apple Podcasts and listen to all the Weber Wednesdays, Fantasy Chats, and Sunday Live shows that we have all season long. And make sure you stay involved with the show all season long. We're going all the way through Super Bowl. Have a lot of fun. It's been an awesome year so far. Definitely growing. Big Web's parlays are getting a lot of attention. And we're going to hit one. I mean, he's close. He's hit one this year. And unfortunately for him, we talked about, it was off the air.
Week 2.
So, I mean, for all the people out there, we've hit one. And he's been close for about 3 others. I think you missed by 1 leg. The Bills have done it to you. The Chiefs have not done it to you.
Right. So we're betting $100 a week. And all you got to do is hit 3 of them to break even.
That's it. Now, let me ask you, is this the week we go away from the favorites?
Oh, absolutely this week.
Really?
Yeah, have to. There's no favorites suck this week. They're in trouble.
This is the week. I'm excited. I've never been more excited for a Big Web parlay. I'm gonna tail this one like I've never tailed before.
I'm telling you what, I got one that's just bubbling up with excitement. It's really getting there.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how excited have you been the previous weeks?
A little bit.
Okay, well I'm glad that's your best bet. Then.
No, there's this one's got a little bit of excitement to it. That's all.
Now let me ask you this though, because every single week, you've been saying like, "Oh, this is a great week. I'm excited about this one." Now this week, you literally looked at the matchups. You go, "That's tough."
It is.
So, what's your favorite betting week?
It is tough, but I got an idea.
Okay, I love it. Will says Jimmy G got benched today. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell is now taking over the quarterback position in Las Vegas. Clean house, Big Web.
What is he, one of the cheerleaders?
I don't know. That's a pretty good one there. I don't know. I think it's the right move. You let the rookie take over and see what happens. Aiden O'Connell could be fun.
The whole coach is gone. Everybody's gone. Just whoever wants to go and play.
You know who the new coach is? Interim head coach.
I don't know.
Antonio Pierce. You remember that name at all?
Pierce,
linebacker, won a Super Bowl. He might have won 2. Do you remember what team he was on?
Pierce.
Antonio Pierce played linebacker for a team that won 2 Super Bowls since 2000.
Oh, that's Baltimore Ravens.
False. You want to try again?
Oh, Kansas City Chiefs.
Another one. He hasn't played since 2012, probably. I'll give you one more guess. Don't look at the chat. They all have it right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Incorrect. This is actually kind of fun. What else you
got? Let's see. San Francisco 49ers.
Let's see.
Is that right?
It is not.
Okay.
What else?
Let me see here.
We now have 4 people in the chat that have gotten it right.
Philadelphia Eagles.
No, it's incorrect. We'll give up. It's another NFC East team, though.
Oh, okay. Dallas Cowboys.
New York Giants. The answer is New York Giants. Antonio Pierce won it with old Eli. Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. Okay. So we're really, Big Web's big fan of Antonio Pierce and knows his history. And, we're excited. I mean, we'll see what happens. Vegas is, their season's pretty much done. I'm shocked they didn't try to move Max Crosby, at least.
God, what a player. He's their only player. Why move him?
I wanted him with the Lions. I don't know what it would have taken to get him. I know that Chase Young got traded for a 3rd-round pick, and he's going to San Francisco. They already have a great pass rush. Now you got Bosa on one side, Chase Young on the other. It's going to be fucking insane.
Can you imagine Hutchinson with Crosby on the same line? Jesus.
Who's Crosby?
Crosby. We just said from the Raiders.
Oh, sorry. I was saying Chase Young. I thought you were thinking the name was Crosby for a second.
No.
There's a lot of names we just threw out
there. You just
there.
got done talking about the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree. I think Max Crosby would have been good. He's also from Michigan. So he was a Lions fan growing up. Would have been kind of perfect.
They would have been unreal.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it. Whatever.
Hey, they got Peoples-Jones.
Sweet.
Detroit did.
I know. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
You don't care.
It's fine. He's fine. But, like, they could have gotten so much help on the defensive line, especially. Like,
well, then put him on a defensive line.
Because guess who got the other guy from Washington? Montez Sweat, who's like, they're great 1-2 punch when they're healthy, Sweat and Young. The freaking Bears. Why do the Bears need anybody? What the hell? Like, what are we doing?
Bears need everybody.
The Lions have a great defense, but, I mean, for a third-round pick, you don't want to go get Chase Young. Maybe they tried. I don't know. Maybe it was... Maybe they give him a better third-round pick.
What I said to myself, I said, Peoples-Jones, why does Detroit need another receiver?
I mean, they do need receivers because you have, obviously, St. Brown, and then after that, I mean, Jameson's supposed to be your number 2, but he's been kind of inconsistent coming back.
But this Reynolds, these guys that come out of the backfield are really receivers.
Yeah, Reynolds has been really solid, but he's just like a big pass catcher. Then they had Marvin Jones Jr. He's gone. They
why did he leave?
He wasn't productive. They didn't need him anymore, and I think they saw more value in like Khalif Raymond than they did in older Marvin Jones.
Just released him out.
Yeah,
outright.
Yeah, it was just done. So I kind of see what they're doing, adding another receiver. But anyway, I didn't do much of the trade deadline. I expect a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, here I am. What are your 2 wishes, Big Web? Hope all is well, guys. Here I am. What are your other... God, I'm off today. Well, here I am. What are your other 2 wishes, Big Web? Hope all is well.
Wishes. I get 3 wishes.
And one of them was Platty Daddy's in the chat.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. I love Platty Daddy.
What are your other 2 wishes?
Well, I wish for a win the next 2 weeks on the teaser.
Nice.
And I wish for a healthy, happy, safe November for all the listeners.
All right, there we go.
Dirty skank with hemorrhoids.
What about that?
I just came off a nice, clean segment.
Okay, I was just asking if that was a wish.
Nope.
All right. We're on fire today.
We are.
Bears need everybody. Ha ha, love it, Big Web. It's from Randy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So here
Would you like to end the show? I feel like you're not having fun today.
Oh, my God. I am right in the middle of prognosticating a winner. And I am 3 out. I got 3 solid picks.
Okay. J-Mo can't get anything right. It's from Michael. It's early. I mean, he hasn't had many snaps in the NFL yet, so it's just kind of the way it is, you know. At this point, I think he's going to be a big-time threat. Like he kind of reminds me of a Mike Williams type of receiver where St. Brown's like the Keenan Allen, if I'm going with the Chargers here. But, you know, he hasn't shown anything yet, and it's been super early. He hasn't had a lot of snaps, so that's kind of where we are. Let's see. Saturday possible sports origami. 30th time ever. It's from B. Rhett. What does that mean? Is that the score thing? I thought
it has something to do with numbers. Origami.
Yeah, something with the scores or whatever. Which game are you talking about? I'm curious. Hey guys, question. What are your takes on the Chargers and New York Jets game on Sunday? That's from Nader. Chargers and Jets. I don't know what the number is. Chargers have been pretty good. I mean, they played great last week. Eckler looked good finally, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Jets, you can't really figure out what they're gonna do. Dad likes Zach Wilson, then he doesn't like Zach Wilson. Yes, Zach Wilson. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Chargers cover that game. I don't know what the number is. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, -4.5, something like that.
They're going to have a little bit of difficulty against that fine Jets defense, but what's the spread? 3.5?
I have no clue. I was asking you. I'm going to look it up here.
I think the Jets are getting 3.5.
All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't seem like that great of a game. Yeah, this week might kind of suck as far as matchups go. Lions are on bye. Niners are on bye, I believe. Are the Niners on bye? Yeah, they are. Let's see what we got here. You guys can get involved from the 50.com, from the 50.com. Hit the call button. You guys can jump into the conversation with Big Web and myself. Jets
are getting 3.5.
Plus 3 on FanDuel.
And
so
they're at home.
Yeah, I'd probably take Chargers money line there just to be safe, but I don't know. I just the Jets always play, decent at home, so that's interesting.
I'm taking the Jets in that football game there.
A lot of people asking if we're in St. Louis. Yes, we are in St. Louis. Someone says grab some emos. Yep. I've had emos a couple times in the last 2 months. It's a good staple, man.
I was just going to say that. Staple of STL. Baby.
I'm not really sure why there's so much hate for people outside of St. Louis, but hey, if you're from St. Louis and you don't like emos, then I'm shocked because usually it's anybody from outside of St. Louis hates it. They call it like too
They don't
thin.
like the cheese.
Not the cheese, not the thin, the too thin crust. Like I don't know. It's interesting.
All right, guys. Can I have the audience help me with this fourth pick?
Well, sure.
All right. So here's the deal. This is a teaser. I'm going to buy some damn points, so don't give me any shit. So I like the Miami Dolphins in Germany.
Okay.
Plus 2.5 points against the Chiefs.
Plus 2.5 against the Chiefs.
And I'm gonna. That's the regular spread. I'm gonna buy some more.
Oh, you're saying you're gonna buy them to plus?
I'll probably buy them to a touchdown, to a full 7.
7.5? Not 7.5?
Maybe 7.5. That's fine. That's cost effective.
I don't hate that. The way the Chiefs played last week, you should be good there. I will say though, if the Chiefs are on, Miami has struggled against good teams this year. Like when it's a big time game. Bills beat them by what, like 15 in week 3. I know they
had them beat all day, the whole game.
Right. It was just kind of not even close. So that's kind of where I go back and forth. I don't know. Are there really no other great games except
no, But let me sit you with a couple. And there are tough matches this time. Mm-hmm. But we talked about it earlier. Seahawks against the Ravens. Seahawks are getting 5.5 before we buy anything.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I would take them up to 7.5. I think that's pretty
Dude, I'm going all the way to
safe.
10.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going all the way to 10.
So do you think that's, plus 10.5's got to be minus 300 probably.
Let me give you this third pick and then I'll look it up.
Okay.
Dallas is at the Eagles. Dallas is getting 3.5 regular spread. Buy that to 10.5.
10.5's good. Yeah.
Dallas
they
plus 10.5.
should, man. They're inconsistent, but
this is that football game in the middle of the year where Dallas is. This is going to be a field goal football game. Buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I think that against the Eagles too, they're going to come to play. That's not bad.
Right. The other team I was looking at, and I can't pull the trigger, man, is the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Bengals are minus 2.5 at home against Buffalo.
Bills. Yeah.
But Buffalo is a talented enough team, but they still have the defensive injuries, don't they?
I don't know fully. They've been so off. Like the offense kind of got back on track, but they've been so inconsistent this year. I think by the time the game starts, maybe I'm wrong. I think the Bills might be favored in that game, don't you think?
By the time the game starts?
Yeah, but I also don't think it's going to go too far each way. Like maybe the Bills would be minus 1.5. So I don't know. I feel like this game's so close. You might want to take the plus money wherever it goes. I think this game could be close. Maybe you tease either way, whoever the underdog is during that game. It's Sunday Night Football, I believe.
Yeah.
Take them up to 3.5. I feel like that's a field goal game. Like that's a shootout game. Also, over under 49.5. Why is it only 49.5? Mm-hmm. That's what I don't understand.
So let's see if we got injuries. Here we go. Allen questionable, but he'll play. Doyle, Elam, Hamlin. Let's see.
I didn't see any big time injuries. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Milano's been out though.
But the big three on defense. Why are he? Spector, cornerback, questionable. Shorter. Oh, he's a wide receiver. All right, Milano. Oh, we already said that.
Yeah. So there are some injuries.
Jones, pectoral, not back till week 10. So
yeah.
So there's still a couple defensive injuries. So yeah, Cincinnati might be a play. Might be a play there. So those three now. I'll look it up, and you guys can help me here.
All right. So you don't know the odds on those yet? You're just kind of talking about the matchups?
Well, I was on the CBS there. Now I'm going to DraftKings, and I'll give you the numbers.
Okay. Let's see. Mr. Carrot says, thoughts on the Raiders firing McDaniels and Ziegler? You like that name.
Mr. Carrot.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by the firings. I'm surprised that they gave him an extension last year. And I think if I saw it right on Twitter, they're paying both McDaniels and Gruden still, which is fucking brutal. I mean, they're It's insane. It's a
no
mess.
wonder they fired a GM with him then.
Yeah, it's a mess. So, I kind of get why they fired him, but they were in a bad spot. Now they owe him a ton of money. So, Mark Davis, he went to bat for McDaniels last year too. He said, I don't care how bad it's been. Josh is our guy. And, they took a chance on Jimmy G. I don't think anybody saw it going as bad as it has been, but that's just the way it's been going. And then, maybe they just need to change the scenery. It's bad enough where your star receiver wants out. Like, he's pissed off. He's obviously not going anywhere. They didn't trade him. You got a decent D-line just really being wasted. So they suck. The Lions did everything. The Lions are a good team, but they did everything they wanted to do on Monday. And their offense is garbage. Josh Jacobs...
They can't move the ball for nothing.
When you can't pass the ball to Davante Adams... if you saw that game on Monday night, he missed him.
See when he missed him by 20 yards?
2 or 3 separate times. It's at least one breakaway touchdown for 50-plus yards. Brand new ball game. Lions only won by 12 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So, it's a total game changer. It's just interesting that they gave McDaniels all this money. Jimmy G, I'm not shocked they let him go. They signed him for a reason, but he ain't the guy. It's pretty obvious. And Antonio Pierce says, look, I got an interim head coach position here. I'm going to make a splash. I think O'Connell's the guy. I'm going to give him an opportunity, try to win me this job. Let's say O'Connell comes in there, they win 4 or 5 games in a row or something, shock the world. All of a sudden, Antonio Pierce has himself a head coaching job next year. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I don't know.
It's just it's ugly and just got uglier for those guys all year. And then when Jimmy G can't hit a wide open receiver like that, and all the money they got in Adams, God dang it,
it's crazy.
And you thought Jimmy G just a change of scenery was going to help that guy.
Yeah,
and it didn't. It didn't.
He's just done. I don't really blame him completely. The offensive line's trash. And when you have a running back in Josh Jacobs who had a breakout season last year, defenses are going to key on him, so you have to have a passing game. And when you have Davante Adams and Hunter Renfrow, who was a super valuable, asset for a long time, he hasn't done much. And it's not just him. Jimmy just can't find anybody. It's insane. So anyway, I see why they did it. They need help everywhere. So it's kind of wild.
So here's a little something. Miami Dolphins, I said 2.5. They're only getting 1.5 currently on DraftKings.
Okay.
Against the Chiefs in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go ahead and do a full 7-point teaser on this thing, Dolphins plus 8.5.
Okay.
In Germany against Kansas City, you got to like that number.
Yeah, I like it. It just scares me betting. I know it's two good teams, good game. Yeah, I like it. I guess I like it.
Seahawks plus 13.
Yeah.
At the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
It's an away team, but playing damn good football.
13 points is a lot.
Within 13's a ton.
Yep.
Cowboys at Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 7 gets them to plus 10. Plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10's good.
So Cowboys plus 10, Seahawks plus 13, Dolphins plus 8.5. Now, like my buddy says, you're taking all the flavor out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with pretty much making it a bland pick, that's plus 130 before we add a fourth team.
But that seems pretty damn solid. Like plus 130, it's not sexy. You're putting, 100 to pay 130, but at least you're getting,
plus
something you really feel good about too. Something that should theoretically hit unless Miami lays a dud against the Chiefs or something like that. But
the Chiefs, as we've said all year, and Nick said it. Oh, let's see. What is this? Week 9. He said it 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs don't cover big spreads. He says it all the time. They did cover a 10-point spread or 11-point spread here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking for a fourth because I like to get these things up to at least 2-1 or better.
Now, is that where it goes downhill though? Because here's what I'm saying.
Could be.
Now you'll get you know how the internet is. If this is your best bet, the audience will give you shit and say, "Oh, plus 130, you're really going out there, Big Web." But
where are they? Let's see their picks.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're trying to get one through the hoop and you want to win bets, that's a way to do it, and that's a winning bet. So, in my opinion, So I don't hate it, but if you want to make it spicy, then let's add a fourth one. Well, let's see what's going on.
So here's, and this is why I said earlier, this week kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So Titans at Pittsburgh. Titans are getting 3 Thursday night.
Yes.
Do you like anything? Do you like anything? I don't love anything there. I
like the over down to 32.5. That's what I like. 32.5.
Pittsburgh doesn't have an offense.
Yeah, but 32.5. Will Levis just threw for 4 touchdowns. He's got to get in the end zone a couple times. Pittsburgh will score. Titans don't have a great defense either. You get 14-14. It's that's it. I mean, that's close. 28. I don't know. You think that's gonna be like a 10-3 game or
over
something?
31. If you do the same scenario, hold on. 7-point teaser.
Wait. You're putting this on the main bet? Hold on a second. No, let's not do that. I wouldn't touch Thursday Night Football.
Over 30, it gets the thing at plus 200.
No.
I'll take him out.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't like that game at all as far as
That's
betting.
what I'm saying. I'm just going through the games here trying to find a fourth. Okay, so we already have Miami in. We already have Seattle in.
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm asking the group. I'm asking anybody.
Okay.
So there's one I kind of do like.
Okay.
Saints minus 8.5. You buy it down to 1.5 or buy it down to 2.5 right in there.
So you don't like opposite, taking the Bears up to like
I tried
14.5?
I tried it last week and it
didn't work for you? Yeah, that's fair. What about, I don't like Atlanta, but I think this Minnesota team might struggle with the backup quarterback.
Cleveland's playing at home against Arizona. Cleveland's given up 8.5 without a quarterback.
How about the over there? 37.5. Is Kyler back? Somebody tell me if Kyler is back this week. Because don't you like the over? PJ Walker, that's right. Watson's not playing.
God, that's a low. Look at
that's there's a lot of low totals.
Minnesota is playing Atlanta. The over-under is 37.5 at Atlanta.
Good God. There's a lot of toilet bowl games this week. Holy cow.
Yeah, which toilet bowl we got to take?
I don't know. What about Rams and Packers? I feel like this is a lot of either. Well, what about this? What about taking an under? Like taking an under up higher and doing it that way. So Steelers and Titans taking it up to 44.5 or something. Like, do you really think they're going to both score that amount? Probably not.
You could do that. You could buy that up to 44. I don't mind that. Let's see. Under.
Hi, guys. That's from Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris. What do you think of these over-under talk?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's figure that out. Let's read some comments. But is that your best bet, or we're going to do the whole thing again with a new pick?
No, I'm just working. I'm working on it.
All right. I was just curious.
No, I'm good. Whatever you guys, I'm doing it on air. Everybody can see it right here.
All right. Gibbs or Walker this week? That's from Tyler. Well, Gibbs is on bye, so do not start Gibbs. Walker.
I would definitely take Walker in that case.
If the man is playing, I would definitely take that guy. Let's see. Nico Collins or Devontae Smith in flex. That's from Chris.
Devontae's against Dallas.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about Devontae this year. I feel like every time I see him on TV, he's complaining about not getting the ball. So I'm not really sure. You feel like he's a safer play, but I don't know who the Texans playing. The Bucks. I guess Devontae Smith. That's where I would go. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Mr. Carrot says, you think the 49ers...
Sorry.
No, it's good. I'm letting you go. I thought it was going to be like a laughing fit. I was going to keep it for a clip.
No, it's all good.
You think the 49ers will come back if Shanahan steps his coaching game up? Coming from a Niners fan?
Yeah.
They're definitely going to come back. I mean, this is going to be the worst stretch of their season, and then they'll talk about this during the NFC Championship pregame stuff. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, period. It's just the way it is. I'm happy they've kind of dropped in the spot where the Lions are the number 2 seed in the NFC right now. It's not going to pan out that way. Also, I have a very big division bet on San Francisco winning the West. So I don't love that the Seahawks are up there right now, and I'm going to be rooting against them big time.
I'm with you because this is the crunch time right here. If we can get Frisco a win, that'll help because are they tied for the league lead?
No, they got it.
They got it right now?
You're talking about Seattle?
Yeah.
Seattle has the lead. They got 2 losses. They're what, 6-2, and I think, or no, 5-3 and 5-2. So they have it because they have 1 less loss.
Yeah.
So
we're betting them to cover the spread this week, but we don't want them to win.
No, not at all. Not at all. There's a lot of time. if I had to put money on it again right now, I would say the Niners are going to win the division. But Seattle's playing good football. I don't know.
I hope so. So can we go to that? You got that page?
What are we doing? What page?
Divisional page? Or is that not ready for public consumption?
I didn't know we were doing that today. I apologize. I thought we were doing that Sunday. It's not for Weber Wednesdays?
Are you going to do it Sunday? No, I don't care.
I don't know. It's been a tough week, Big Web.
I know. I understand. Halloween.
Halloween.
So, all right. I think I got some. I'm onto something here.
Okay,
so we're going to a 6-point teaser plus 260.
All right.
Miami's plus 7.5. I don't see why you would need 8.5 instead of 7.5. 7.5 is plenty if that's what the criteria you're looking at.
Yeah, they should.
Seattle is getting 6, so it'd be plus 12 against Baltimore.
Yeah.
You don't need 13, or do you need 13?
No, 12's good. 12's good.
Dallas Cowboys getting plus 9 when you add the 6. You want that other point.
I need that 10. I need to get it to 10.
Right, I got to go to 7-pointer. Hold on.
You know how it is. I mean, Eagles will pull away late or something.
We need a win. We need a win. So now we're plus 200. That's okay.
Okay. All right.
100
just with those 3?
100 gets you 3. No, I got 4.
Okay.
Dolphins plus 8.5 now.
Yeah.
Seahawks plus 13. We got to the extra field goal there.
Right.
Cowboys plus a solid 10.
Okay.
And the Bengals, Bills over 42.5.
That makes it plus 200?
Plus 200.
Wow. Okay. I actually do like that with the over. That's a good one. 42.5. That should work.
I was looking at those unders, and I saw this, and I said, you know what? 2 good scoring teams.
Is that game in Cincinnati? It's in Cincinnati.
In Cincy.
Anything about the weather yet? Probably not.
Probably not. I have nothing.
Should be okay. Yeah, 42.5. That's not bad.
I like this, guys. Big Webs. Best bet teaser of the week. Miami plus 8.5. Seattle plus 13. Dallas plus 10. And the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals over 42.5. Get you 100, get you 300.
That sounds pretty good. That's going to work. That's going to work. All right. Good luck. We're going to get one through the hoop this week. Big Web's been super close. Hopefully, taking these favorites up even more will work out for us. It's been interesting for sure.
We got somewhere. Hey, we worked as a group. We got there. I like it.
That's good. I think this is the week. And let the haters talk. Let them say, "Oh, we need odds, Big Web." But hey,
we'll get the odds later. It's okay.
You got to get a win. Let's get one through a hoop. Let's get some coin back here a little bit. And let's work towards the big parlays. You know what I mean?
Positivity, man.
That's it. We are a positive show. That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have on the Bengals and Bills game? That's from Waffles. We just over. I think the over is a good play.
We like the over there, and then I really like Cincinnati with these defensive injuries for Buffalo. I don't know that Buffalo's got everybody back. Definitely don't have Milano, which is a key player on defense.
Yeah.
So it's tough one to call though because Buffalo needs a win. So does Cincinnati. It's going to be a hell of a football game, but I would have to lean to Cincy there.
Yeah, I go back and forth because that's one where you could almost see who's getting plus money. I would take that spread up to 3.5, like I said, because it's just so close. I think either way, it could go Buffalo to be favored, but it could be down to 1.5. I don't think it's going to go anywhere more than 2. I'd be shocked if it gets to 3 on a normal spread, but we'll see. If people are dumping on the Bengals at home the way the Bills have played this year. But the Bengals had a bad slide, too. Let's not forget that either.
But the Bengals had a better excuse for it.
What, Burrow's injury?
Burrow's injury. A key quarterback injury.
Yeah.
And Buffalo's had some soft play with everybody healthy, too.
Yeah, that's fair. But you've seen the Bills, when they're at their best, they're the best team in the AFC. I mean, it's just, you saw them dismantle the fucking Dolphins.
And that's kind of why when we say, we hesitate when someone says, what do you think of that football game? Well, if the Bills pop out and do their thing, nobody's going to beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the Bengals are very solid, and the Bengals are on a roll. They're starting the roll. That's what I mean. Last week was a huge win at Frisco. They are rolling. The ball is starting to roll, and they're healthy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jesse's saying, do you think the Giants are going to turn it around? Well, they got a good matchup against the Raiders, but here you want to know my honest opinion. I hate this when I like a team that is dog shit as one of my favorite plays at the moment. I'm just now looking at the lines. We look at them usually like on Wednesday nights. But Vegas at home, new coach, new GM. They're pissed off. They're fired up. They're excited about Aiden O'Connell. Like, there's a lot of momentum there. They're at home against the Giants, who suck anyway. I like this spot for Vegas, kind of. I mean, it kind of makes sense to see that they would come to play a little bit for this new coach, Antonio Pierce.
Did you see Adams just smashing his helmet down?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think they are in so much disarray. We'll be lucky if they get through practice this week and do anything. I don't expect a whole lot from the Vegas Raiders.
But look what, if you're going to compare it, look what happened last year with Jeff Saturday. We said the same thing. And didn't he win his first week? I mean, they trailed off later, but I thought he performed really well in the first week back. He had a big upset or something, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he did. He rallied the troops. He rallied the town. But
the Raiders have way more talent than the Colts do, is what I'm saying. The pure talent on that team is there. They've just been so messed up, like game plan wise. Jimmy's been awful. The offensive line's been awful. I'm not saying that doesn't help them this week, but my thing is, he had a rookie quarterback. He's trying to make it work. He's trying to get a job in this league for a long time. The interim head coach, now trying to get a head coaching job. Davante Adams wants to get back to where he is and have fun playing on that damn team again.
But Saturday over in Indianapolis that's a town that rallies around their football team. I mean, Vegas, they're new. People come in from out of town all the time and go to the games. They sell half the tickets to the incoming team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a huge fan base that's loved their team for years. So that's one of the reasons Saturday succeeded, I think, is because they needed a boost and they bought into them.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it, but I think the Raiders. It's shocking how bad they are because
it's all the money going out the window. I hear you.
Yeah, I figured they would be probably last in the AFC West, but there's a lot of good teams in the AFC West. So I'm thinking, I didn't really count Denver. I guess it was between them and Denver, but I didn't think they'd be just bad. I mean, and honestly, their defense played pretty good against Detroit. They had a pick six that Goff threw an awful pass, but they kept the Lions at bay. If it wasn't for that defense, they would have got beat by 30 because the offense just was nowhere to be found. So now you get the rookie quarterback. I don't know.
I would imagine a guy like Max Crosby, would just be absolutely so pissed on the inside. Just not, for sure. Maybe not saying it, but oh my God. Not just him, some other key athletes on that football squad, and they're so pissed at the whole situation.
I think the fact that they didn't get traded, though, I think they're going to come to play. I don't know. I think it's a good matchup for a team that is just in total shambles, complete reset. We'll see what happens.
Tyrod Taylor is doing a better job.
But Danny's back.
What? Why?
Because they're paying him $30 million a year or whatever it is.
Tyrod Taylor,
on, that's how the league is. You know that.
The team bought into Tyrod Taylor.
Not anymore. It's Danny Dimes' team. You're paying that guy that much money, he's gonna get the ball.
Good luck, Dan.
So now do you like my Vegas pick?
No.
Let's see. Dayball just needs to stop playing scared. Big difference from this season to last. That's from Jesse. I don't even think it's not him. It's that team sucks. He got coach of the year last year because that team made the playoffs. I don't know how they make the playoffs. They're not good. Saquon being healthy, they have to have him healthy to do anything on offense.
2 weeks ago,
it's brutal.
2 weeks ago, they were on either Monday or Thursday night, and they played awesome.
Yeah.
They lost. Who was the Jets' real luck game? That was this week, wasn't it? The Jets got totally lucky. Was that against the Giants?
I don't remember.
They got totally lucky. They should have lost. Let me see. That might have been the Giants. Jesse, was that last week?
What are we talking about here?
I'm talking about Jets, Giants.
Getting the win you're talking about? They beat the Jets? I don't think they...
No, the Jets actually won the football game.
Oh, you're saying when they came back. I didn't know what that was.
It was this week. The Jets, they totally had the game. The Giants totally had the football game, and they lost. They just got kicked in the nuts.
Sure. But the Jets are not good either. That's the thing. I mean, they're not really... they're not a standout team without Aaron Rodgers. So my thing is the Giants are just... Everybody's like, oh, the Giants, Dayball, great coach, great job last year, but like they don't have the talent. They don't. They're just not. I think they're overrated. You know what I mean? I just don't think they're very good.
The Jets not only got Aaron Rodgers, but they built a team to win.
Sure.
They spent a shit ton of money on they already had a good defense.
Yeah.
Then on the offseason, they brought in a lot of talent on offense. line and talented skill position people, including Rodgers.
Yeah.
Rodgers is gone, so it kicked him in the nuts as far as their season goes. That's why I keep screaming, get a fucking quarterback in there. Same as Cleveland. But Cleveland also lost Chubb. But get a quarterback in there. Get a quarterback in there. You'd have two different thoughts about those two football teams.
Yeah, but are you saying the Giants were impressive because they were beating the Jets last week? That's what I'm wondering.
I'm just saying that Taylor has sparked the locker room.
Yeah, no, I get that. But what I'm saying is they're going to let Danny Dimes play because of the contract. And anyway, I just don't think they're very good.
Now, also the Commanders, they beat the Commanders and they played a good football game against the Bills. Mm-hmm. They only lost to the Bills 14-9, and if I remember right, the Bills scored late, 2 touchdowns late. I mean, they were always trailing in that football game. So no, the Giants. Taylor can spark them enough to play football in the locker rooms behind Taylor. They don't play for Danny Dimes. They don't play for him.
I didn't understand the contract last year. I really don't understand it now. It was a bad contract. They panicked, I think. And anyway, whatever. Let's see. Terrell says Lions best team in the NFL. Playing pretty damn good.
Can't really argue with that right now.
Here's the only problem. They haven't played anybody. And the schedule's great. Lions are going to make the playoffs. It's going to be exciting times for me and the Lions fans out there. But they haven't really had a test besides Kansas City. It was week 1 without Kelsey. So that's the only thing I'm a little worried about. You know, they went into Baltimore, a chance to prove it, and they got their ass kicked. And then they had a bounce-back game against the Raiders, which, by the way, they didn't play that great. I mean, Goff made a lot of mistakes. Like, Gibbs had a breakout game, but it was just not consistent. They only won that game by 12.
And that was more because the Raiders were bad.
Jimmy didn't move the ball like once. I don't think Adams had more than 2 receptions, if he had 2 receptions. I don't think Jacoby Myers had more than 2 receptions. So the fact that the Lions won by double digits, covered my 8.5, was lucky. I mean, the thing is, they play like that against San Francisco at the top of their game, Eagles at the top of their game. They're going to get their ass kicked. So they're good. Trust me, I'm happy. It's a fun season, 6-2, but they got some work to do for sure.
They're on a bye this week.
Yep.
And then they got the Chargers, and then they got soft Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Broncos, Vikings. Wow.
No, it's a very good. I mean, the division sucking this year really helps, but yeah, it's a favorable schedule this year.
It's almost like one of those high school where your high school just keeps winning their conference, and then when they get in the playoffs,
they get wrecked.
They play somebody tough.
I hope not. I mean, the thing is,
no, they can play football.
They can stay in games with anybody. The problem is they can't separate themselves. Now, they did that against Carolina, but Carolina's an awful team. And they did it against, who's the team they played the week after? It's going to bother me.
Carolina? After Carolina?
Tampa. They beat Tampa pretty good, too. So, again, if you look at it, they have beat teams they're supposed to by a good margin, but they've also kept teams in the games. Like the Raiders were technically in that game until the last few minutes on Monday. And then they let Seattle come back in that game. They couldn't, and they let them take over, and they couldn't come back. So it's just, what are we talking about? You got your ass kicked by the Ravens, who are a contender. You got beat decently well by the Seahawks, which we call the wild card team. So 6-2 is great, but you got some work to do.
Terrible teams. There's a lot of them this year.
Yeah.
I mean, with the injuries and things going on.
Who would you put like in the top tier? So there's the top of the top, middle tier, and then like the absolute shit. Top tier teams.
You got to put the Dolphins.
I don't know. Every team this year has had issues. That's what's interesting. It was the Niners by far, and now they've had 3 losses in a row. I would still put them at that level. Chiefs, I would still put at that level after their debacle last week. I would obviously put Philly there. Who else?
Dolphins.
I guess the Dolphins have to
Ravens.
be in there. Ravens have proven it, yeah.
Jags.
I don't know. I don't think the Jags. Jags are at the top of the middle tier. They're 6-2 as well, but they've shown a lot of inconsistency. I don't know. It's tough.
I think the Jags just picked somebody up at the trade deadline. Something. I thought it was more beef on the offensive
lineman
line.
or something. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Somebody put Bengals. Bengals were just so slow at the beginning. They're getting back to that level, though, and we knew they would.
Now, there's your... Who said that? This is a smart man right here.
That's Doggy. Tom Doggy.
Tom Doggy. Tom, welcome. This guy knows what he's talking about because you know what
the Bengals take?
Well, he's taking a team that he sees that is not necessarily at the top of the division. They're at the bottom of the division, and he's picking them.
I know, but they made back-to-back AFC championships. You know, it's the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals are legit.
But he sees them rising. I like the pick.
Yeah. Hey, guys, how are you? It's from Tom Doggy.
Hello, Tom.
All right. Yeah.
So that's my. I don't put the Seahawks in that echelon, like you said.
Definitely not.
They're leading the division, but I don't put them there.
No shot.
I put the Niners better than them, and the Niners are 5-3. Nobody in the South, NFC South, Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, Panthers. You can't put any of those.
Nope.
NFC North, Vikings, Packers, Bears. You can put the Lions. I think
Lions are definitely in the top tier right now.
Right.
They have to be.
Eagles and Cowboys. I'd put them both.
I wouldn't put the Cowboys up there. Cowboys.
You're putting in the middle tier.
Cowboys are with the Jaguars with me because actually I put the Jags above the Cowboys. We've seen Dak the last 2 weeks finally turn it on, but what happened to the rest of the first part of the season? He just hasn't been like that much of a standout. Now he's lucky. He's got the best defense in the NFL, so that helps them too. But if he's on, yeah, 100%, they're a contender. But he's not always on. That's the problem.
You're right. So I get you the Jags, and then the Chargers. Do you put the Chargers anywhere? Middle tier?
Because of the record, they've actually been really inconsistent. They're definitely middle tier. I would say high middle tier, but they've been. I mean, the record's not great, and they beat who they beat last week. Sunday night Bears. They killed the Bears, but the Bears suck, so that doesn't really show anything.
See that here's where you're going with this. The upper tier teams, you probably have 8 of them.
Yeah.
The middle tier teams, you're probably only going to come up with 4. That's how many shit teams are in the league.
Look around my studio here. Well, let's go down the line real quick. Let's do each division.
Yep.
And let's just when we say the team, we'll say high, middle, or low. Okay.
Okay. Now hold on. I'm gonna get the napkin out here.
You're gonna write them down. All right.
All right.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Start with the NFC South. Atlanta Falcons.
Low.
Yeah, I would say low. Maybe low middle tier, but if we're just doing this, I'll say low. Panthers, definitely low.
Yep.
100%. Saints, middle tier.
Yep.
Bucks, middle tier. Right?
I'll give it to them.
I don't think they're low. Cardinals,
low.
Little bit feisty this year, though, but I think they're low.
They've been trying to cover, yeah, I feel you.
Rams, middle, definitely.
Yep.
Niners, high.
Yep.
Seattle, high, middle. They're still middle, though.
They do not earn top status yet.
Yeah.
They may.
I don't know. Vikings, definitely middle, low middle, probably, especially with Kirk out. Lions, high, definitely. Packers and Bears, both low.
Yep.
Agree with that.
Yep.
Dallas, would you really put them in the high tier?
They're just like, I like them.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say still middle, but they're flirting with the top tier.
And so they're better in Seattle though. So yeah.
Eagles top tier for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders
low now. They were middle.
They're kind of giving up. They traded away their top defensive guys. I guess they're low.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say though, I mean, as far as a gambler goes and fantasy guy, the Commanders have an interesting storyline with Sam Howell and those receivers. Like he slings the damn ball, man. I'm telling you.
He's got 300 yards every week.
He's always up there. So I mean, his props overs for Washington. Like I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. All right, AFC West. You got Raiders. Are we done with the NFC? Do I have these all jacked up? Yeah, that was the full NFC, wasn't it? Yeah, those 4 divisions.
Yeah.
Raiders. I would definitely put low tier.
Yep.
Chargers. I would probably put middle tier.
I'll go with that.
High for the Chiefs, low for the Broncos. And then the North, you got Bengals. God.
I'm going high.
You're going to go high?
Yep.
Because she's so high. You know that song?
Wow, you hit that note.
Tal Bachman? Is that his name? Tal Bachman, I think his name is.
I thought it was Washcloth Bachman.
Yeah. What is that? That's too old for me.
You said Tal.
Oh, Tal, T-A-L. Cleveland, middle tier for sure.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think they're low. They're got to be middle tier right now.
Okay.
And then last but not least, no, we got 2 more. Texans definitely. Oh man, I don't think they're low anymore.
Yep,
they're middle, aren't they?
I went middle.
Did you? All right.
Yeah.
Colts middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Titans middle. I would say.
I don't like them.
You think they're low?
I think they're low.
Let's flip a coin. Middle. Jaguars middle, high middle. And then last but not least, the AFC East, Bills, top tier, I would still say. Struggled, but top tier. Dolphins, top tier. Patriots, they were the low tier. I would say they're low middle now. What do you think?
I keep them on the bottom.
All right. That's fair. And then the Jets are definitely middle still.
Right. So now,
what are the numbers?
So top, the high tier, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we said 8, so that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, but we had 2 almost like B pluses.
Almost top tiers.
So 14, so 7 and 14, that's 21, so it leaves 11 on the low tier.
That's pretty. I think that's about right.
You almost need 4 divisions here, like middle, A, B, C, D, because this middle, you got teams. When you look at the division, some of them are in. Like the Saints can win their division.
Sure.
The Bucks can win their division. The Rams, they're probably out. That's a stretch.
Yep.
Seattle can win their division. Vikings is a big stretch for me.
Nah, they're out. I think they're out.
And for that reason, I'd take them here. Chargers could win their division. Cleveland, with Cincinnati playing football now,
probably not.
That's tarnishing my Cleveland love
and
there.
Baltimore's on top of the world right now.
Yeah, so that's going to be very difficult for Cleveland without a quarterback.
Yeah, agreed.
Pittsburgh, they just keep making miracles happen, but that's going to end.
Yeah.
Texans just don't have enough to win the division, or can they win the division?
No,
that's
South,
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's going to own that division still.
Colts, I mean, that would be a big surprise.
Is their record that bad?
No, they're like 500.
They're hanging around.
They were 3-3. Did they lose last week?
I don't know, but it's the South, so I mean, if anybody can catch Jacksonville, it's probably Indy, right? I mean, that's the only team that could be around. So,
yeah,
I don't know, but. Yeah,
well, no, the Texans are 3-4, Titans are 3-4, Colts are 3-5.
Okay.
So now,
sorry, go ahead.
The just a couple more. Titans, I think they're heading south. The Jets, I'm with the media, I'm with the public saying, if the Jets can be in the playoffs and Rodgers can come back, that could be really fun.
It'd be insane. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but. What's their record right now?
The Jets?
Yeah.
They're
let's take a look here. They got to be they're below 500.
They're 4-3.
They're 4-3. Oh shit.
But they're in a division with the Bills 5-3 and the Dolphins 6-2.
Well, that's the thing. So, you got to think of they're not going to win the division and they're not probably going to make a wild card because the tough divisions that you look at, AFC North for sure. You would imagine for sure Baltimore and Cincinnati are getting in, right? So that's one wild card spot already. Mm-hmm. Then you got the East, Eagles. AFC East. You got the Dolphins and the Bills. Both of those two teams are getting in. That's 2 wild card spots.
Mm-hmm.
Are you eliminating the Chargers now out of the West? Because now you're talking about one out of the AFC West with the Chiefs.
It all depends what the Chiefs do. If the Chiefs continue to, right now they're dominating the division at 6-2, 5-2.
Yes. I think that's right.
So if they continue to just keep winning, the Chargers are going to get their losses and they'll be out of it. And you're right, they'll be also out of the wild card hunt.
So let's take them out of it. Let's say 2 wild card spots are already taken. The South is already wrapped up for sure with Jacksonville. Yeah. Like that, like no one's going to have it's either you win the division or you're not making the playoffs, and they'll run away with that one. So aren't there 3 wild card spots now? I think there's 3.
I think there are.
Yeah, so the third one, I mean, that is a possibility for the Jets, I guess. I don't know. It's just they're in such a tough division. And then I guess that gives you a chance for Cleveland to kind of come up from nowhere. And I don't know.
No, those are both very interesting ideas. Now, when you look at this week, Dolphins are playing Kansas City.
Yeah.
Dolphins are 6-2, Bills are 5-3.
Mm-hmm.
So Let's see what time these football games are. This
really need them to fall this week to Kansas City. I'll root for your cover. But for my division bet, this would be a big one for the Bills to get back on track.
This is one of those. And I know we start talking about this thing usually December 5th.
Yeah.
But at 8:30 in the morning, the Dolphins are playing the Chiefs
in Germany.
If the Chiefs happen to beat the Dolphins in Germany, the Bills are going to be much more attentive to win that game against the Bengals that night. I'm not saying they need to win anyway. The Bengals need to win.
Two great matchups, regardless.
All of them need to wins. The Chiefs probably the one that doesn't need to win. Chiefs and Dolphins probably don't need to win as much as Bills and Bengals do against each other. But my God, what two great football games. That's why a lot of these other games are shit, because we got some great matchups and we got a lot of bad ones.
Are they both? I know Sunday Night Football's Bills Bengals. Is the other one in the afternoon?
Dolphins Chiefs. Dolphins Chiefs is 8:30.
Oh, it's 8:30 in the morning. That's That was Germany.
Now Seahawks Ravens at noon. That's a pretty good game.
It's a good one too.
But the rest of them, man,
pretty bad.
Eagles Cowboys. So that's why we got shit matchups.
There are some good ones. I mean, and they're high powered. There's no standouts. It's either the shit teams are playing the shit teams and the good teams are playing the good teams.
And here's the other reason: Niners, Jags, and Lions are all on bye.
Right.
And the woolly Broncos are on bye. So
yeah, there's a lot of good teams on bye.
There's reasons for this being a wild week. You got great matchups and you got shit matchups. And then you're right. We could have 9 different toilet bowl games.
Oh my God, toilet bowl's gonna be the hardest one to pick. Usually we try to find which one is the best. There's a million of them this week. Indy and Panthers, fucking Arizona, Cleveland's not that bad. Vikings and Falcons now without Kirk Cousins. Giants, Raiders. Like, good God, that's just brutal.
I almost want to vomit.
It's just brutal. All right, that'll do it, guys. Thanks for tuning in here to Weber Wednesdays here for Week 9 of the NFL. Big Web, any last-minute thoughts or any last kind of secret parlays you haven't told us about yet?
No secrets. No secrets. I told you we're going with that one. We like it. And tough week. Bet the birdhouse, not the doghouse or the house. Enjoy yourself.
There we go. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, we'll be live on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. CT, all the way up until kickoff. One more time, first time, I want to give a shout-out to our sponsors. The great Sharps app, the better social network. So you might be asking, how can I get involved with the sports betting community out there? There's a million apps. I don't know which one to use. Well, we use the Sharps app here on From the 50. It's a lot of fun. Basically, you log on, you connect your sports book, BetMGM, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever it is. They bring your bets into the actual app. You can share your bet slips. Friends, family, whoever may be on the app, other people you meet in the sports betting community. It's a lot of fun. You can join today and interact. You can post memes. You can post videos about, talking shit about your picks, about you winning or making excuses about your losses. It's a lot of fun, man. The Sharps app's awesome. It's free to join, so just use my link. It's online, WeberBets.com or FromThe50.com. You can hit the Join Weber Bets on Sharps button, and it helps out the show. It helps out the Sharps app all together, so we really appreciate it. And go check it out. The better social network. It's Sharps with a Z. And finally, Parlay Play. Big Web got my first payout from Parlay Play. Cashed out. I've hit a couple good pick'ems for them for myself on that app this year. I know, what was it, week 3 or 4, I had, it was a 2-way parlay. I took St. Brown over yards, and I took DJ Moore over receptions, I believe. Nailed that. I've gotten some money, and guess what? I cashed out. Their withdrawal was 2 days. It was in my account. Good to go. Beautiful. It's legit, man. It's cool. It's basically a DFS platform for player prop parlays, so you might use FanDuel, you might use DraftKings. Parlay Play makes it so that they are focused only on player prop parlays, so they have the different lines, they have different bets.
What state do you have to be in?
There's 27 different states, so you got to go to their website to check it out. But if you're in the St. Louis area, which I know a lot of people watching are right now, you can do it in Illinois. It is available in Illinois. Okay. Not just sports betting states, though. It is
some other states involved also.
Other states, I know Alabama, for instance, is not a sports betting state, but they are allowed in Parlay Play is allowed there. So you got to check it out. But 27 states, it's obviously pretty good. All the sports betting states, I believe. It's a lot of fun, man. Join right now from the50.com, from the50.com. You can hit the Join Parlay Play link. That helps us out. It signs up. It adds our promo code right to it. Or use code FT50 when you sign up, because guess what? Just for doing that, you get $5 in free play before you even deposit. $5 just to check out the app. You can see how awesome it is.
You could turn that into something.
Exactly. And then after you do that, you can get a deposit match up to $100 by using our code FT50. So again, that's Parlay Play, available in 27 states, including Illinois, if you're in the St. Louis area. Parlay Play, the DFS platform for player prop parlays. For Big Web, I'm TJ Weber saying so long. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Take it easy.